Well, of course, you're on SABC News. We're celebrating Women's Month. So Lionesses of Africa is the fastest growing community of women entrepreneurs on the African continent, with over 800,000 women-owned businesses in the network in all 54 African countries and across the global diaspora. Now, the Lioness Lean-It events are held in key cities across South Africa each month, and the latest one was, in fact, this morning in conjunction with a Volkswagen Group, which featured a lineup of startup female entrepreneurs. And Madikizela from a Volkswagen Group joins us this evening. Sia, thank you very much for your time. I mean, what a better time to partner with these lionesses as they champion in business.
Yeah. Good evening to you, and also good evening to your viewers as well. Yes, as you say, it's a perfect opportunity, and I mean, in light of some of the issues we're facing in our country in terms of unemployment, but our relationship with Lionesses of Africa started last year and it was formalized this year. So the event we had this morning was our 7th one of the year.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Talk to us about the one this morning, because I understand that you bring together startup young entrepreneurs and would also be able to have a lot of discussions about how they can better their businesses and how these women can be at the forefront of taking their businesses from one level to another.
Cool. So basically our sponsorship with Lionesses of Africa involves us hosting 10 of these what we call lean-in breakfast sessions.
Yes.
And the idea here is for women to gather together to hear the stories about entrepreneurship, to inspire each other, and to also share some of the challenges they've had in business. So we had our 7th one, as I mentioned this morning. It was hosted by Mhlubi Mboya, and we had about 120 people attending.
Wow.
And we had 3 entrepreneurs actually sharing their stories. There was one that stood out for me. They're doing their own comics. And you would never think of maybe females doing this, but they are pioneering this space.
Wow.
So at these events, you actually get to hear about the amazing stories about how women are shaping this country and our continent.
You know, I never want to be negative during this time, but I mean, you know, women still face many challenges when it comes to business, and you know, the glass ceilings that we have to break in order just to get in. What are some of the challenges that women are speaking about to date that they still have to maneuver in order to even get some of these businesses off the ground?
I think the biggest challenge is access to finance and access to capital to start your business. That is the one common thread every single time. And I mean, I've attended all of these sessions this year, and that seems to be the biggest problem. And that's where Lionesses of Africa comes in, because they have access to all of these companies that can help with financing. So they help the women with mentoring, with development programs, with actually pointing them in the right direction as to how do I go about which finance deals are right for me. So yeah.
And that's exactly what I wanted to talk about, because we can have multiple discussions, but of course amongst that setting would be also key to find solutions to some of these challenges. So you would have some individuals will give that kind of advice, as you've said.
Yes. So what we've found and this is the beauty of these sessions, is that you find there are women who have been in business longer, and then there are those that are starting up. An example just from today is someone said, I have a problem with this in my business, and about 5 women stood up and said, I can help you with this, I can help you with that, I can help you with that. And that's the beauty of this, because sometimes you don't even need to go to financial institutions. You just need someone to guide you and show you, this is how I did it. Maybe you can do it like that too. Yeah.
I mean, you know, as women sit together and ponder about, you know, being champions of particular industries, and finance being one of the key issues, as you've mentioned as well. I mean, what can women do? You know, let's say, for example, they're not yet part of this Lionesses of Africa, even though it is quite widespread. But what would you say? What have you picked up from these engagements that could inspire other women who are sitting there and thinking, I need to do it for myself?
Yeah. So I think the one thing I would encourage women to do is to join the community. Because only once you are in the community do you actually get the support. and you get access to valuable information that will help you not to make the same mistakes as other people. So I would encourage them to actually go onto the website, which is www.lionessesofafrica.com. Or they can even go on Volkswagen South Africa's Instagram page. At the moment, we're currently running a series trying to get people to join in. If you are a woman, if you are an entrepreneur, you definitely need to be joining this community, because it will not only help you, it will help your business as well.
Look, the economy is quite tough. I mean, it's not just for South Africa. Things are not doing quite well in various parts of the continent. And I say on the continent because this is in particular focused on women on the continent. I mean, what more could be done in a climate such as that in order to assist? I mean, training is very crucial as well, in order for mistakes not to be made, for sound financial decisions to be made to take these businesses forward.
So the beauty about this organization is that, yes, it's in South Africa, yes, it's in Africa, but you'd be surprised how many of these women are doing business internationally.
Wow.
This is why I'm encouraging people to join the community, because it has networks all over the world. It's a US-based company.
Yeah.
So it has offices in London, in New York, in South Africa. I mean, the CEO and founder just today had just come from Ghana.
Oh.
So the opportunities are endless, but only if you join the community.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the change will come from. That's where the learning will come from. That's where the advice, that's where the mentoring will come from.
And I particularly like this so much because it gives women an opportunity to start their own businesses, to be at the helm of these businesses, to fail, to succeed, to bring in their own money, and talk about breaking those ceilings that we often say are just so difficult to get through.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, as women ourselves, we know the struggles, and there's nothing, I think, much better than having a support network, especially when you are going into industries where there are these glass ceilings. And the one thing that I can encourage women is to have a network and to have a pride of other lionesses backing you. That is the only way I believe that we can start to actually break these glass ceilings that we've been talking about for years and years.
Well, we certainly wish you all the success in the future going forward, and much success to all those ladies trying to break that ceiling and make a success of all these businesses in the different spheres as well. Sia Madikizela, who is from Volkswagen Group, partnering of course with Lionesses of Africa, the fastest growing community of women entrepreneurs on the African continent, with over 800,000 women-owned businesses in a network in all 54 African countries and across the global diaspora. Certainly good luck to each and every one of them. Francis?